閉まります。ご注意ください。
I'm in Tokyo, Japan, and today is a special day because I'm gonna meet Rachel, who's been a mutual on mine on Instagram for some time, and they also crochet and spins and knit, and so we have lots in common, and we're gonna visit some yarn stores together. I'm very excited. I'm gonna go grab a quick breakfast first. I need to send a postcard, and then I'm gonna be on my way to meet them.
This is an Omen Line rapid service train for all.
I just arrived 1 hour earlier because I misread the message. It said the shop opens at 10, so let's meet at 11, and I'm here at 10, so I got some oat latte. I'm gonna wait a tiny bit. That's just so me. I met up with Rachel and we went straight to Yuzawaya, our first stop, a big department store and a chain that also carries yarn as well as other crafts items.
Because I mixed up the Japanese sizes.
Rachel has been telling me this is very popular right now here in Japan. I would love to. Yeah. I've never tried it and I'm actually scared because like if I spin, since this is a big department store, it also carries lots of other supplies for other crafts too. So we have some sashiko threads, some embroidery hoop, some felting, and we have lots and lots of other stuff. This is all 100% merino wool. It says made in Japan and it's from the brand Yuzawaya, and it's called Merino 100 because it has 100 colors. This is wow.
Make my own because I'm also writing the pattern for the bag.
That's true.
This is the first pattern.
This is some lovely wool and cotton blend, very soft, and I love that they also have a color sample on sale so you can see all the colors. Most of the yarn in Japan it's imported and it usually costs quite a lot. I love that they also sell kit to make finished garments as well as accessories. They don't have swatches, but they do have samples all around where you can feel the yarn. One of the most famous yarn brand from Japan that we have in Europe, it's Noro, and they usually sell these big skeins with variegated yarn, very beautiful. And of course here we have a very big selection, but we also have some very specific skeins from Noro. This is called Ice Cream and it's one of Noro's latest creations and it's catered to a younger audience. because Noro here in Japan, it's commonly used by aged people. And so this was for some younger one, and I really like this terracotta color, this brown ice cream chocolate, I don't know, very cute. Daruma is quite a famous brand in Japan, and they do quality wool. This is wool and alpaca, and they also publish their pattern for knitting, crocheting, and also sewing. From Yuzawaya, I got this darning mushroom that comes in two handy handles. And it was on my list, so I'm very glad I got that. Then we headed for Kichijoji, and on the road to our next yarn store, we passed a frog-themed shop. Everything inside was frog-themed. It was stunning, and I couldn't take pictures of videos inside, but I discovered that a little bit too late, so I hope you like these spy videos. I think I spent a little bit too much on stationery during this holiday. We also found some other stationery shop like
Very nice.
Message, and then we finally got to Avril or Avril, I don't know. They have lots of boucle-like yarn with different colors that you can mix in your creation to give them texture, and this is very popular here in Japan for younger people. This is absolutely adorable with the pom-pom nose. Love that they also sell some kit for tapestry, it's called in English. Super lovely, and lovely samples too. Oh my god, these are gorgeous. Oh my god, I love this. And they have the kits for it? I'm thinking about this. Rachel asked for some yarns to be spinned together so they can be worked right from the cone, and it's a service they make for customer, and I think the machine is really neat. She asked them to hold the three strands together and join them in a cone so they can be worked together, and this is the final result. You can find sashiko in the most unexpected of places. Then we went for lunch. Mild, please.
That's exactly what I meant to do. Oh, do you want a drink?
No, that's a. Well, wait a second. Let me see.
Water.
Water is fine. Water is fine.
I guess you won't do mayonnaise.
I finally remembered to ask Rachel to take a little clip together, and yeah, we have our shopping bags full of yarn. But also, if you want to think about filming it really helps. Oh, I love how mine is just crumpled into a big mess.
Okay, I mean, look at
Our last stop together was Itoricot, which sells yarn that they buy from factories that actually make garments with this yarn, and they buy the last dead stock yarn. This is super nice. A lovely way to showcase them. I extremely love this color combo. Super nice. And so this is our leftovers from factory.
the like nature.
Herb fabric. This is literally made of 70% cotton and 30% banana.
Yeah, I like making mohair. I'm looking for mohair. Like this is linen.
This has like 3 strands of yellow cotton and then 1 strand of like another color and a little more metallic shine to it. So it makes for a really lovely blend. So on the 3rd floor they have their shop, and then on the 8th floor they have a lounge that is gorgeous when you can just sit and sip a drink and of course enjoy some knitting and crochet. I said goodbye to Rachel, who has been the kindest guide around this area, and I'm so glad I got to see some new yarn stores here in Tokyo. I actually did a yarn crawl earlier last year where I visited other shops, so if you wanna see more yarn from Tokyo you should go and watch that video. And from today I bought the mending mushroom from Yuzawaya and the color work cowl kit from Avril, and I didn't bought any yarn, like skeins of yarn, and most of them seems to be in a colorful palette, and most of them seems to be of blended materials and or with lots of boucle or 3D elements to it, which I think is super nice, just not my style at this point and moment in time. But I think that's what really goes here in Japan. So it was really lovely to see lots of samples and these really, really cute yarn stores. And I had a lot of fun. Yesterday, I also visited a yarn store in Shimokitazawa, which is called Puppy Yarn. And their logo is a puppy. And they do have their own branded yarn, but I do think they buy it from all over the world. There was some yarn from Italy, some from the Shetland, and then they also stock Lang and Rowan as brand. And I did see some Katia there too. I think it was a lovely selection of yarn, but very much on the pricier side. And I did got some wool that was made in Japan, and it was a lovely dark green with some speckles of other colors in it. I think I'm gonna make a scarf with it. During my trip in Tokyo, I also found some other shops. Some I knew of and some I just discovered along the road, like this one, Shirakawa. I wanted to add that to this video so you can see what Tokyo has to offer, and so these are some clips from the store. I think they make their own yarn because everything was branded with their name, and I could find lots of cottons inside this store. The next one is Amuyo. This was a shop that Rachel recommended to me. It's based in Harajuku, so it's quite a popular destination, and I think they do know their clientele because they do offer lots of colored and shiny and girly and young yarns. And it was super nice because one of the store worker came to me and talked to me about their yarns, and they were very kind and helpful. It was a really nice shop. And that's it. But I hope you enjoyed, and it's just lovely to visit brick and mortar store and support local businesses and see and touch yarn with your hands.